1914, June 28, France Ferdinand. He a captain shot till he couldn't stand.
Aussies hella pressed, Serbia in their sights.
Russia in the cup, backing Serbia up.
Aussies ain't that scared, Germans everywhere.
France in with the smoke, Germans at their throat.
France ain't about that life, Jefferson Prince will fight.
War is breaking out, Maxims everywhere, bodies left and right, going to the light, trenches here and there, nothing but the spare. It be hella tough, shit be blowing up, trenches every day, it get really hot, war is pretty tough, who'd have thought?
Enfield shots go woo on a bitch, putting German soldiers all up in a ditch.
Treaty of Versailles stopped the whole damn thing.
Germany need to blend, now they got it clean.
Shell shock on the mind, messing people up. Infection everywhere, bodies building up.
U-boats in the sea sinking U.S. ships. Wilson's hands are tied, now we are allied. Axis want the smoke, they got too much pride. U.S. strapping, Axis victory denied.
Enfield
Shots go woo on a bitch, putting German soldiers all up in a ditch. Dubs stand back, but still get rich.
What's the point of war if everybody lost? Ain't nothing to gain but lines across. Europe is destroyed, now we out of luck. God is looking down like, what the fuck?
So, why is your group named JAAA?
All of our group members are the first letter of our name, so Jade, Andre, Armando, Austin, hence the birth of JAAA.
Explain your lyrics for us real quick.
Yeah, so a lot of our lyrics are supposed to be informational about World War One. So things like when we mentioned Franz Ferdinand at the beginning, and he said he got captain shot because he was assassinated, which was the start of the war. That's why we wanted to start the song like that. And things like Treaty of Versailles stopped the whole damn thing, which is to represent basically what it sounds like. The Treaty of Versailles ended the war, and it put a lot of the blame on Germany. U-boats in the sea sinking U.S. ships was our intro to how the U.S. got involved in World War One, because we wanted to stay neutral until the Germans started sinking our ships, so we just got angry, you know. We were forced to start joining the war. So those are some of our lyrics and what they mean.
What did you learn after making this video?
Making this video taught me a lot about World War One. I learned things like how it was really ruthless back then, especially the tactics because of trench warfare and the things that were used. I also learned that like more people would die from like getting shot in the arm and infections because of how horrible the conditions were and nobody was being treated correctly, compared to how we wage our wars now, where it's more medical care and more knowledge about what causes infection and how we can deal with it instead of just boiling needles and stuff like that. I also learned how the U.S. really didn't want to get involved in the war. We did our best to stay neutral and stay out of it because it wasn't our business. It was all happening in Europe, stuff like that. So until they started intervening with Europe with the U.S., that's when we got involved. So those are some things I learned making this video.
If you could change anything from the music video, what would it be?
If I could change anything about the music video, I think that I wish we had more daylight because it got dark really fast, and then it's just gonna make the editing process like even longer because you have to change the daylight in there. And,
Explain some of your lyrics.
so I have Wilson's hands are tied, now we are allied. So Woodrow Wilson was who declared war within World War I because he was the president of the United States at the time. And so when it says now we are allied, it's kind of like a play on words because we were part of the Allied powers and then there was Axis powers. So that's kind of how we tied those two in together. And then that's why we say U.S. struck an Axis, victory denied, because ultimately the Allied powers won. And then we also have what's the point of war if everybody lost? Ain't nothing to gain but lines across. This basically represents like the cemetery is like basically like lines and crosses just to represent like all the veterans, and it's just basically saying that the war was pointless, and that's like the ultimate lesson that was to be learned.
What did you learn?
One thing that was like really clarified for me was who was like on whose team, because that was something that was like really like a blur. It seemed like everyone was going against each other. But really, how I see it is that like everyone who was on the team of World War One it just like switched in World War Two, and so that's kind of how I remember. I also learned about like trench warfare and like not only that they were using trenches, but like they used it because old tactics used in previous wars, like the front line, like that's not a thing anymore because all the evolution of technology is like making it harder for that, and so that's why we have trench warfare and like no man's land, because if you just have everyone standing in a line, then everyone's dead. So we had to invent new tactics, and then that ultimately affected other wars later in time.
Okay. So, what was your favorite part of the video?
My favorite part of the video was having fun with the team and working together with the team. Yeah, that's it.
Explain some of your lyrics.
Some of the lyrics that I'll explain to y'all is Russia in the cut, back in Serbia up. So that bar explains how when Austria declared war on Serbia, Russia had allies, so Russia was allied with Serbia. So Russia had its back with Serbia. Also, another one would be, let's see, Gov staying back but still getting rich. So the economy back then, there's a lot more jobs for people because people were getting jobs to make ammunition and all this other stuff for the army. And so people, the Govs were getting richer by the way. So yeah.
So, what did you learn from this?
What I learned from this was, well, like I said, the economy was getting a lot better, and trench warfare was a big deal, and it was very new, and to the war industry, I guess I could say. And yeah, that's it.
Oh, which one, bro?
What was the hardest part about filming?
The hardest part about filming was trying to keep a steady face while we was recording, you know, because these dudes, they was bugging. You feel me? You know, he got caffeine shot, tell you couldn't, you know? I couldn't. See?
Explain some of your lyrics.
Next question. I don't play any die. So, like, alright, the lyrics I said was like, Aussies hella press, Serbs are under sight. So, Austria had declared war like a whole month later, prior to the death of my man's Archduke. Rest in peace. Next one is stop laughing, bro. You're making me laugh. Friends ain't about that life. Jackson Brits will fight. So basically, what happened here was that like Germany declared war on France. So the Japanese and the British decided to help a brother out. You dig? And so the next verse was putting German soldiers all up in the ditch. Oh no, scratch that. So Germany to blame, now they got to clean. So the treaty of, well, it's referencing the treaty of Versailles, and the treaty ended the state of war between Germany and the Allied powers. It was signed on June 28, 1919. One of the provisions was required Germany to pay $33 billion in reparations to the Allies for the damages caused in World War I. So they wanted Germany to pay for the damages occurred. As well, yeah.
What did you learn?
So basically what I learned, because like, you know, I kind of studied this already. So I kind of like just looked over the weapons and stuff used during World War I, like the Lee Enfield and the Maxim, which is a machine gun. There was also things like artillery, rifles, tanks, mortars, Stokes mortars, you know, all crazy stuff like that.